What's going on, folks? TJ Lowerman, aka That Sports Gamer here. If you've been following the Out of the Park Baseball Twitter recently, you'll know that I have recently taken over as the community manager for Out of the Park Baseball and MLB manager. Brad Cook is sadly no longer with the company. He was an amazing community manager. I hope to do as good. I'll never be able to do better than he was, but I hope we can do just as good as he did and have a lot of fun in the process. One of the things I wanted to start doing was streaming some Out of the Park baseball for you guys. We're going to be doing this, I believe, every Thursday, maybe every other Thursday. We're still trying to get that nailed down. 9 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. And after this stream is going to also be a franchise hockey manager stream with Adam, the community manager over there. I figured to do this show, what I wanted to do was we're going to do a little bit of baseball talk in the beginning. And then for this episode, we are going to we're going to watch an Out of the Park baseball game between the all-time Red Sox and all-time Yankees teams. I was playing around with that last night. Very fun. Babe Ruth stole 2 bases. It was kind of crazy. So, as I said, we're going to be doing this probably every week, maybe every other week. We've got some great guests lined up. We have Paul Sporer from Fangraphs and the Sleeper and the Bust podcast. He's going to be on. We'll be talking some stuff with him. We'll do prediction shows. We'll do sim shows, skip sim of the year and see what happens. Hopefully, if everybody gives me the thumbs up, we'll get to do some Out of the Park 17 stuff before the game is out so you can see what's going on there. But the show should be a lot of fun. The first thing I wanted to do tonight was talk about some of the big hot stove moves that have happened recently. So what I have loaded up here is recently there was a September 1st roster update that came out. So I loaded that up, and I want to take a look at some of the guys that were recently signed. We can take a look at Justin Upton first. Let me go find him. Yeah, so we got the chat pumping. So if you have any questions, if I can answer them, I definitely will. Yeah, Babe Ruth stole 2 bases, AU fan. It was a little ridiculous. I did not see that coming. I think he might have hit a home run in the end of the game to make it close. How's it going, Offerman? How long have I been playing Out of the Park baseball? I've been playing since, I think, Out of the Park 13. I'm not one of these guys that's been here since like 6.5, but I've had some experience and been having a lot of fun playing the game. So hopefully you guys like what I bring to the mix. So we got Justin Upton's page up here. Let me move my camera over here so you don't have to see my face that much. He signed with the Tigers for 6 years, $132.75 million. He can opt out after 2 years. That's kind of great for the Tigers because if they can get those 2 years out of him and he walks, they might actually be pretty good if they can win a World Series, because after that, you're going to start getting some old Miguel Cabrera and some other old players. Victor Martinez, who knows how much longer those knees are going to hold up. But yeah, if he opts out, that's kind of good for them. If not, they'll still have a great player for years to come. So let's just take a couple look at his stats that he's got in here. Contact 13, gap power 13, eye discipline 12, avoid Ks 7. Pretty good. That's a pretty good power hitter right there. He's got good legs, which is something I like to see. He's got a 9 speed, 15 stealing, 12 base running. This Tigers offense this year is going to be pretty crazy. I still look back to, I think it was it 12 or 13 when they had Fielder and Cabrera, and that was one of my favorite video game offenses of all time. That and like 2003, 2004 Red Sox when you had Manny and David Ortiz hitting next to each other. So I think the Tigers are going to put up a lot of runs. The question is, can their pitching bounce back and get them a lot of wins? Can we get a big thing from Justin Verlander this year? It's going to be really the big question. They got Zimmerman, so that's going to be good for them. But the question is, can that pitching staff hold them all together? A couple questions from the chat. Rocky's fan. Is 1 to 20 my favorite rating set to use? I was just going with the default for this kind of stuff. So that's just so you can see. This is the September 1st roster. You can go to the ootpdevelopments.com, and go to community in the forums under the Out of the Park Baseball 16. I think it's just the roster forum. One of the sticky posts is this roster that we're looking at here. And then from AU Fan 2, did we manually change this roster? No, this is just that September 1st roster. As you can see, Justin Upton is still on the Padres here. So that's that. So he's got a good deal. I like what he's doing. He's going to be good for them. They're going to drive in a lot of runs. Can the pitching hold it is going to be the real question for them. The next big signing that recently happened was, let's talk about Chris Davis first. I'm not really a big Chris Davis guy. Strikes out too much for me. That's a personal thing. He got 7 years, $161 million from the Orioles to stay there. That's a good deal for them. They need guys that are more faces of the team right now. They got Adam Jones. They got Manny Machado. So I like the Chris Davis signing. Gives them a lot of power. As you can see, he's got 15 home run power, 10 gap power, 10 contact, 11 eye discipline, 3 avoids Ks, because yes, he strikes out a ton. What was the strikeout total for last year? I believe it was something big. 208. Yes, he led the league in strikeouts last year. But he also led the league in home runs, so he's got that going for him, I guess. It's 7 years, $161 million, but I think the last $40 or $50 million is deferred. He's going to be getting paid till he's like 57 years old on one of those crazy Bobby Bonilla plans. So that's good for him. I think the Orioles are going to be in contention this year. Losing Chen to the Marlins is going to be a problem. They still got to find some more pitching, but you know, there's things that can happen. The Yankees have an interesting team. Who knows if they're going to be able to keep it together. I do like the Yankees got Starlin Castro. So, yeah, a lot of power coming out of Chris Davis. With that trio of Jones, Machado, and Chris Davis is going to be nasty. Will they get anybody else to help them out? I don't know. I heard they were still in on Yoenis Cespedes. Don't know if that's really true. But we'll see how that goes. Next up, we got Ian Kennedy, who recently signed with the Royals for 5 years, $70 million, which initially when I heard this, I thought that was a lot of money for Ian Kennedy. Then when I looked at his stats, Ian Kennedy is a guy that he's going to go out there, take the ball every fifth day, and just pitch his butt off for you. What do you have? 201 innings in 2014, 168 innings last year. He's not going to be your ace, but he's going to be your solid number 2, number 3, eat up a lot of innings, guys. And that's what the Royals really need right now. They've got Ventura, who knows what's going to happen with him, if he's going to be able to keep it together and be their ace they really need. Let's see what else the Royals got. The Royals also have... They got Volquez, Ventura, Chris Medlin, Danny Duffy. So they have pitchers, but they need a guy like Ian Kennedy that's going to be that innings eater for them. That, you know, Cueto could have been for them last year. But Kennedy's got it. He's going to be out there every day pitching his butt off. 14 stuff, 12 movement, 14 control. Fastball, sinker, curve, slider, change in out of the park. 18 stamina, 16 hold runners. And he's a real good ground ball pitcher. I think this is a great pickup by the Royals. I feel bad for the Padres, just losing guys left and right. Yeah, he should be great for him, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see him pitching in Kauffman Stadium. The last guy I want to talk about was Yoenis Cespedes, who we mentioned before. I see him going to the Nationals. That seems like the play. If he does go to the Nationals, I feel so bad for the Mets because they lose their big free agent in him and Murphy, and they both go to the Nationals. And when they were trying to get a shortstop, they were trying to get Starlin Castro. He goes to the Yankees. So it's like every team around him or around them is messing with them. We pull up Yoenis Cespedes in out of the park. He's got 14 home run power, 12 contact, 11 gap power, 10 eye discipline, 9 avoid Ks. Not bad. 15 stealing. Here's what's weird. Yoenis Cespedes has been around for, 4 years? And he's been on 4 teams. Only once has he played on a team for 2 years straight. So all these teams looking to give him a huge deal, I get a little weary of. Like, when I'm hearing teams want to give him 5 years or 7 years, I'm like, is it just money, or is there something else that's making these teams get him, be like, hey, this guy's good, and they trade him away? I mean, I don't know. It just seems weird that this guy's been traded around so much, though he was great for the Mets last year, so he could be great for pretty much anywhere he goes. He's going to be a good upgrade for anybody they have. Specifically, if they can get... I mean, I would love to see an outfield of Worth, Cespedes, and Harper, because Cespedes and Harper both give you the ability to play all 3 outfield positions, which would be nice. Who else they have? I think they have one more guy, too. Let me pull up the Nationals depth chart real quick. I believe... No, not the National depth chart. I need the Nationals depth chart. Yeah, they got Ben Revere, Jason Worth, and Bryce Harper right now. I like Ben Revere. I don't really like Michael Taylor that much as an everyday player. But if you have Harper, Worth, and Cespedes as your outfield, you're going to cover... Or even if you have Cespedes, Revere, and Harper, you're going to cover some ground, and you're going to be putting up offensive numbers. I love Bryce Harper to have another MVP season. And if you can get Cespedes and Murphy and these guys to hit around him, he's even going to have a better year. So it's going to be real interesting to see where he goes. I really don't know who's going to be the front runner right now. It looks like the Nationals. I don't know if the Nationals have actually confirmed that they've made an offer, but there's been a lot of scuttlebutt around that this year. So I think that's going to do it for the baseball chatter. Let's get into some actual gameplay of Out of the Park 16. Dun, 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 dun. So what I did here was, right now, if you go into, let me move my face over here. If you go into a new quick start game, one of the options you have is MLB 19, nope, what am I looking for? All-time greatest. I believe OTP member Cooperstown set up this roster file. So I went in here, I created a league. This quick start has all the best players in history for each major league franchise. There's 40 players on each team, 25 position players, and 15 pitchers. And they were players were chosen based on several factors. Most emphasis was given to a single year career performance. For competitive balance, players were chosen for teams as long as they played for at least a partial year for the franchise. So I went in here, did this quick one, and I went to find a time that the Yankees and the Red Sox played. So we did that last night. So let me load up this save. Flying Turtle would like to see Kansas City pick up one more starting pitcher. I agree. They've got some old guys up there but they have some aging pitchers, but that's why I like the Ian Kennedy pick up, because he gives you a lot of those innings in case those, to hopefully alleviate some of that pressure off that bullpen, which is spectacular. But he gives you a great bridge there and can get those guys some rest from time to time. All right, where is my schedule? Here we go. So we got Cy Young against Ron Guidry. So we are going to go in here and check out how that game's going to play out. So if you aren't already, make sure you're following OOTP Baseball on Twitter. Make sure you follow this channel, OOTP Developments, on Twitch. We would appreciate that very much. If you do that, whenever we go live, you'll get a little notification in your email or your Twitch app, if you have that on your phone, that says we are live. Should we do any lineup changes? Right now for the Red Sox, they have Tris Speaker, Nomar Garciaparra, Ted Williams, David Ortiz, Carl Yastrzemski, Wade Boggs, Fred Lynn, Dustin Pedroia, and Carlton Fisk. Do we want to play Mo Vaughn at first base? I do love me some Mo Vaughn. It is a little bit lefty heavy, Rockies fan. I do like Carlton Fisk. Jason Varitek's good, but come on, it's Carlton Fisk. I don't know. Do we give Mo Vaughn a chance? Let's give Mo Vaughn a chance here. Swap him out. Oh, I can't control this team. Oh, you know what it is? I think I'm in charge of the Yankees. No. Well, so I guess these guys are staying the way they are. All right, so Yankees, we have Derek Jeter, Joe DiMaggio, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Lou Gehrig, Bernie Williams, Jorge Posada, Robinson Cano, and Craig Nettles. Who do we want? Anybody here? Do we want to put Donnie Baseball at first? I love that Jabba Chamberlain is in the bullpen. That's pretty amazing. Roger Maris just on the bench. No big deal. All right. So let's go over here and start this game up. Can you hear me over the background noise? Because I know that can get a little loud from time to time. And I can turn that down if we need. Let me pull this up. Whoop, whoop. Gonna cover up the chatty thing, just because essentially what I'm gonna do here is I'm not really gonna play this game. We're gonna watch this. I'm gonna do the play-by-play. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and hopefully we have a good time. But again, if you guys have questions in the chat, please throw them up there. I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. Again, let me know if the sound is too loud from the game. I noticed when I was doing one of my tests that came out a little loud. Don't want to have that just overpower me. But hopefully we're gonna have a good time here. So we have Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry, going up against the Red Sox in this game. He should do great. We hope, but I mean, he's great. But hey, this is the all-time Red Sox team, so you never know. And also Cy Young going for the Red Sox, which is pretty crazy. So, as I said, we got Babe Ruth in left, Mickey Mantle in center, Tommy Henrich in right. Probably should have put Maris out there. It's all right, though. Nettles at third, Jeter at short, Cano at second, Lou Gehrig at first, Guidry on the mound, and Bill Dickey catching. Yeah, and we got Tris Speaker leading it off for the all-time Red Sox. Since we did this in the season, Boston enters the game with a 7-3 record. They are first in the Eastern Division. New York is 6-4. They are second behind the Red Sox. 48 degrees, partly cloudy. The wind is blowing in from right at 18 miles an hour. This could get interesting. Ron Guidry's on the mound. Tris Speaker settles in. Guidry steps home. Speaker hits a fly ball down the left field line, and it gets down for Speaker. He's got a single. Excellent job right there. Wade Boggs coming up with a man on. He's hitting .486 on this year with no home runs and 6 RBIs. And a 10-game hitting streak. Guidry shakes off the sign, gives the nod. Boggs swings, hammered to the ground up the middle. Cano gloves it, shovels to Jeter for 1, over to first for 2. Mark it down, 4-6-3, double play. Beautiful way to clean up the bases right there. Teddy Ball game coming up. The 18 contact, 15 power. Let's see what Guidry can do here. Williams swings, hit deep to center field. Mantle races back, and he makes it. That's going to be 3 outs. I don't doubt that had some help from the wind blowing in from right field. 48 degrees, wind blowing in at 18 miles an hour. With all these lefty bats, that short porch is going to seem a little bit further because of that wind. So we'll go around the horn on AU fan. Yes, the OTP logo is blocking the play-by-play, just because we did some tests and people would read that, and I'm also reading that, so they would read that, I would hear it say that, and they would be like, well, you're too fast, or you're not fast enough. Well, it's like, you have to read it, and then I'm reading it as well to you, and people get messed up, so that's why it's covered up. So going around the horn, we have Carl Yastrzemski, Tris Speaker, Fred Lynn in the outfield, Wade Boggs, Jose Valentin, or not John, Jose Valentin, John Valentin, Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz, and Carlton Fisk behind the plate, and Derek Jeter leading off for the Yankees. Cy Young has a 15.88 ERA coming into this. And Cy Young strikes out Derek Jeter on a fastball. Amazing. 1 up, 1 down for the Yankees. Next batter is Bill Dickey. Young gets the sign, winds and fires a 1-0 pitch. Swung on, the ball's hit well out to deep center field. Going back there to put it away is Chris Speaker. So 2 down for the Yankees. Babe Ruth coming up. Don't forget that. Extremely strong wind blowing from the right. Young winds and delivers. Swung on. Here's the ground ball. Wide to first. Pedroia dives and skips into right field. Babe Ruth gets a single. So Mickey Mantle's coming up with a runner on first. Full count pitch. Ruth is on his way to second. The swing up in the air to left field. Ranging toward it is Yastrzemski, and he makes out the sure two-handed grab, and that's 3 down. Now we are going to the top of the second inning, where David Ortiz is going to be leading off against Ron Guidry. So the Yankees coming up here with all these left-handed pitch, with this left-hand, Red Sox and their left-handed heavy lineup facing Guidry. Nice little combo going against each other right there. Ortiz is hitting .229 in the season with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. The pitch swung on, hit in the air to deep center field, going after his Mantle, and he'll make the catch. 1 down for the New York Yankees. Coming up now is Yaz. He's hitting .333 with a home run and 5 RBIs on the year, and a 10-game hitting streak, much like Wade Boggs. The wind up the pitch, Yastrzemski swings, ground ball to second. Cano handles it and takes care of business, and there is 2 down. Next up is John Valentin. I don't know if I would put John Valentin. So Garcia Parra didn't start this game. So I don't know. Would I put John Valentin on an all-time Red Sox team? Question. Highly, highly question. I mean, I can take down the logo if you guys want. Let me, we can pull that right down. I mean, you're not going to see much other than what I'm saying, so. That's all I get. The batter up is Valentin. The 1-2 struck him out swinging. Pretty good fastball from Guidry. And that's going to retire the side. That was quick. That was a quick half inning right there. Now we got Lou Gehrig leading off for the Yankees. He's hitting .353 on the year with 2 home runs and 4 RBIs. From the windup, Young deal swung on, sent deep in the air to center. Speaker's on the run, and he's there for the catch. Man, hitting balls to center field is not the best thing right now with this wind blowing in from right. Bernie Williams coming up, got his guitar, hitting 194. The windup, 3-2 count, and he misses. The fastball misses. Ball 4. Bernie Williams goes down to first base. Now up for the Yankees is Tommy Henrich. With a runner on and 1 out. Henrich swings, fly ball towards left center. Speaker in pursuit. He's there to make the catch. Man, Speaker is just covering all the ground out there. What's going on, Yahoo Yoshi in the chat? How are you, sir? Next up, Robbie Cano, hitting .313 so far in the season. Williams is on first. Pitch swung on, ground ball to the left side towards short, collected by Valentin. Short throw to second, he's out. And that's the end of the second inning. Zip still here in New York. Hopefully we get some offense going, because that would be extra exciting rather than a pitcher's duel, but both are great. Fred Lynn steps in, hitting .432 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. 2-2 count on Lynn. Guidry winds and fires. Trying to hold up is Lynn, but he couldn't. Ron Guidry, a.k.a. Louisiana Lightning, gets the strikeout. That's strikeout number 2 on the day for Guidry. He's only allowed 1 hit so far. He's kind of cruising right now, 26 pitches into the third inning. Dustin Pedroia comes up. Pedroia swings, hits a shallow fly to right field. Henrich comes in and makes the grab. 2 down for the Red Sox here in the second inning. Carlton Fisk coming up. He loves wind on home runs. He's going to take a deep shot to center field. Mendel has to dig, and he gets out there and makes the catch to end middle of the third. Yeah, you know, Carlton Fisk loves to get that wind to help him. It didn't do much for him there with all that wind blowing in from right field. Leading off this inning is Nettles against Cy Young, who's got 1 K, 1 walk so far in this game. 2-1 count to Nettles. Nettles swings, hit weakly to short. John Valentin scoops it up, throws it across, and got Nettles. Back to the top of the lineup for the Yankees. Derek Jeter That's 17 contact. He's going to get a hit here. I feel a hot ground through the hole on the left side. Valentin has no play, and it's going to be a single for Derek Jeter. I feel like I called that. I got some telepathy going on with this game. Bill Dickey up with a runner on. Hits the ball down the right field line. Lynn ranges over and reels it in. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Babe Ruth, the porch is right there for you. Can you do it? 20 contact, 21 power, 19 high. Let's go. He's 1 for 1 in the game. The 0-2 swung on. Bouncing ball to the right side. Second baseman Pedroia picks it up, throws it to first, and gets Ruth to end the third inning. Boston coming up for Tris Speaker. He hits a soft line drive to the left side, middle dives, and he snags it for the first out of the inning. Unbelievable play right there by Craig Nettles. Chicken Man Wade Boggs coming up. Here's the payoff pitch. Boggs swings, popped up in the air. Foul territory, left side. Easy play for Dickey. He flings the mask aside and makes the catch. Digital KLB, how are the Yankees, the all-time Yankees, 6-4? It's a great question. How are the all-time Red Sox, 7-3? I think I might actually just sim out this season after this game and see who is going to win this thing. Leading off the top of the fourth here, we have Ted Williams. Ted Williams digs in. Guidry looks in on the southpaw, rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Put another can on the board for Mr. Guidry. That's his third strikeout of the game. No runs, no hits, no one left on. As we go to the bottom of the fourth. Mickey Mantle leading off for the Yanks. Young draws it back and delivers. Mantle swings. There's a line drive in the gap to the deep right center field. Speaker on the run, on the track, but he can't run it down. Grounding forces Mantle. Speaker throws it in the second, but Mantle is there safely. Oh, hey, that's the first ball Speaker hasn't been able to track down. That must have been a great shot. So we got Mantle on second. Gehrig coming up to bat. Let's see if Cy Young can keep him locked down. Full count. Swing by Gehrig. Sharply hit ground ball. Towards the hole on the right side. Rolls into right field. To third goes Mantle. He's not going to test Fred Lynn. And that's 16 on. So maybe if Mantle's knees were still holding up for him. Now we got the Music Man, Bernie Williams, coming up. Williams, Young swings left. Fly ball center field. Speaker's on. Gets up there. It's off the wall. Mantle comes in to score. Gehrig makes it third. Williams drives in one with a double. The Yankees are up 1-0. Tommy Henrich coming up. No hits on the day, but he's got two guys in scoring position and none out. Let's see what he can do here. The stretch, Young looks at the runners and brings it home. Swung on, hard ground ball towards second base. Pedroia handles it and then loses the handle. That's going to be an error. That's going to cost him. Gehrig scores. Over the third goes Williams. Henrich is going to be on first base. Usually short-handed, Dustin Pedroia. Look at that 12 defense. He's got like the best defense of everybody out there. So that's a tough one right there. Must have been hit real hard. Now up Robbie Cano for the Yankees. The Yankees could really open it up right here. Swinging the pitch. I wrote down the right field line. Lynn hurries, and he's in there for a base hit. Williams scores. Henrich moves to third. And Robbie Cano gets a double. The Yankees increase their lead 3-0. This is looking like a tough inning for Cy Young. Still none out. Runners on second and third for Craig Nettles. Count is 2-1. Young is ready from the stretch. The pitch, Nettles swings, liner to center, and Nettles makes good contact. Another base hit. Over to third goes Cano. Nettles gets the single. Yankees are up 4-0. Wow. This man has the Cy Young Award named after him. But hey, everybody has a bad day from time to time. Derek Jeter comes up. 2 on, still none out. We got Cy Young already up to 59 pitches. Let's see if the Red Sox are almost ready to make a move here. Jeter's 1 for 2. 0-1 count. Jeter swings, fly ball down the left field line, and it falls in for Jeter. He strengths out there to cut it off. Cano comes in to score. Nettles scores. Derek Jeter RBI double. The score is now 5-0. Yankees over the Red Sox. Hopefully there's something going on in that Red Sox bullpen to get Gets Cy Young a little bit of relief. Dickey steps in. He hasn't gotten a hit yet, but who knows? He might get into it on this. Grounded to the right side. Ortiz digs it up, steps in the bag, and they get the first out of the inning. Nettle stays at third. Jeter advances to second, but still only one out. Babe Ruth could easily make this game 8-0 with one swing of the bat, or 6, 7-0. Or, you know what, it could still be 5-0. We'll see what happens. Babe Ruth's 1 for 2 in the pitch. Ruth swings grounded hard to the right side. Moving left is Pedroia. Gets it, makes the throw to Ortiz, but he's not going to get him in time. Ruth gets a infield hit. Nettles comes home. Jeter takes third. Unbelievable. The Yankees are up 6-0. I told you earlier, Babe Ruth stole 2 bases in the first game of this series. So him beating that infield single doesn't really surprise me. Anything can happen when you have one of, if not the greatest player in the history of baseball coming up to plate. So we got 2 on. Mickey Mantle coming up to the plate. If Babe Ruth steals, I'd be blown away. My mind would, especially with a 6-0 lead. Still only 1 out. Oh, look, they did make a change. Ellis Kinder into the game for Cy Young. It was just not Cy Young's day today, folks. Mantle stands at the plate. He's 1 for 2. In comes the pitch. Strike 3 on a fastball. Sayonara. Kinder comes in and gets the job done, at least for that batter. We still have 1 out to go. Yankees still have runners in the corner, but Lou Gehrig coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2 from the stretch. 3-2 pitch taken off as Ruth swung on, hit cleanly to center for a base hit. Ball handcuffs Speaker. That'll result in an extra base on the error. Lou Gehrig ends up at second. Jeter scores. Ruth moves to third. Ruth's got those wheels. Ruth has those wheels. Wow, 7-0 Yankees. The route is on. Bernie Williams up with 2 on. He's 1 for 1 with a double and an RBI. Swung on, fly ball to the left. Yastrzemski reads it, and he has it. And the Yankees' 7-run inning is finally over. Wow. They knocked out Cy Young, drove in a bunch of runs. Unbelievable inning there for the Yankees offense. Let's see if Guidry can come in and shut him down right here. He's already got 3 Ks. If he can throw up a goose egg for this inning, that would be big for this team going forward. David Ortiz leading off the top of the 5th. Swings and misses on the full count, and he is out for out number 1. Next up for the Red Sox is Yaz again. Guidry rocks, delivers a 3-2 pitch. The fastball is ball 4, back-to-back full counts on batters to start this inning. The first one ends up with a K, second one ends up with a walk. Could this be the start of the Red Sox making a little comeback? John Valentin is now up. 1-2 on the count. The stretch, the pitch struck him out with a changeup. That's going to be strikeout number 5 on the day for Guidry. Not bad. Freddie Lynn coming up. Can he do something to get this inning going longer? 1-2 pitch, swung, line drive to short right field, and it gets down for a base hit. Yaz gets to second. Yaz is going for third, and the throw coming in from Henrik, and he's going to be safe. Lynn scampers into second base behind him. So there's Red Sox are still showing some signs of life here. Now up is Dustin Pedroia with 2 on. Can he drive him in? Wild pitch. Dickey up after it. Yastrzemski crosses the plate. Lynn makes it to third. Unbelievable. After what was looking like a dominating inning, Guidry throws a wild pitch to let the runner score from third. So we still got Pedroia up. Fred Lynn on third base. The pitch, Pedroia swings, tapped on the ground towards the mound. Guidry picks it up, throws to first, and gets Pedroia to end the inning. He doesn't get the goose egg that he wanted, but he only lets up 1 run in that inning that could have ended up getting a lot bigger. Henrik leading off for the Yankees. He's hit with some 2 trips to the plate, wind up by Kinder. Henrik pops it up, out towards center field. Speaker measures it and makes the catch. Speaker out there covering lots of ground for these Red Sox. Now up is Robbie Cano. Cano steps in. He's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. I think everybody's got an RBI on this team by now, it feels like. Hits a little dinker in the center that lands in front of Speaker. He's going to be on first base with his second hit of the game. Here's Greg Nettles coming up with Cano on first and 1 out. He's 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI. Checks the runner and the pitch. And Nettles swings, hits a liner to center where it falls in for a single. Uh-oh, this is looking like last inning all over again. Cano goes to second. Nettles on first, and then Derek Jeter up with an out. He's 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. Fisk sets the target, swung on, ground ball up the middle. Valentin gets it in front of it, throw to second. Pedroia gets it, makes the play. Oh, it gets broken up. I'm sorry. Cano goes to third. Nettles broke up the double play right there. Great play by Greg Nettles. So we got Jeter on first, Cano on third, and Dickey coming to the plate. Dickey is still hitless on the day. Dickey swings, grounded to the right side, fielded by second baseman Pedroia. Throw to first, and Dickey is out to end the 5th inning. Got to worry about Dustin Pedroia after that earlier error that led to the big inning for the Yankees. Fisk leads off for the Red Sox. Here we go. He goes down swinging. That's going to be strikeout number 6 for Louisiana right now. That's he's kind of dealing right now. A lot of lefties in that lineup, but he's been striking out the righties too. Now we got Tris Speaker, who's been covering all that ground in center field. He's up with an out in the 6th. And he's going to take first base on the walk. That's second walk of the game for Guidry. Boggs coming up to the plate now. Speaker's got 18 speed. I would not be surprised to see him going. Boggs has been 0 for 2 so far in this game. Boggs swings, line drive up the middle. Base hit for Boggs. Taking second is Speaker. Boggs is on a roll. That's going to be his 11th straight game with the hit. Ted Williams coming up with a 1 out and 2 on. He can try to put a little dent into this Yankees lineup, but he's been hitless so far. The 0-2 swung on, hit in the air to left center. Ruth is under it, and he hauls it. All right, so we got David Ortiz coming up, 2 out, 2 on. He's been hitless in his first 2 at-bats. 1-1 is the count, the stretch, the pitch, swung on, hit hard to shallow left field. Ruth is on the run, and he makes the catch. Yankees are still ahead, 7-1. Going into the top of the 6th. Guidry's up to 85 pitches, so I don't think he's going to be able to finish this game out. Or middle of the 6th, I'm sorry. Babe Ruth up, facing Kinder. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Kinders delivers, swung on, line shot towards second. Ruth is on base. Ruth is on fire right now. That's his 3rd hit of the ballgame. Now coming up, Mickey Mantle, who's been 1 for 3. Fisk sets the target. Ruth is off. The 32nd. Valentin slaps down the tag, and Babe Ruth has his 3rd stolen base of the season. The first 2 that he got this year came in the previous game. He loves running on the Red Sox. It's like maybe they had him and they got rid of him for some reason, and he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's just running all over the bases. Unbelievable. Love it. Love it. Mickey Mantle up with Ruth at second. As we said, Mantle's 1 for 3 with a double. Pitch comes in, Mantle swings, sends it in the air to shallow center field, falls in for a base hit. Taking 3rd is Ruth. Those wheels out there. He's got 11 speed. Let's not get crazy. He's got wheels. Gary Gubb with runners on the corner. Heathcliff Slocum coming in for the Red Sox. Garrick's hitting 667 on the season. Hits a hard liner to right center. Lynn hurries back, still going. Close to the track. He leaps high. Hits off the top of the fence. Coming to score from 3rd base is Ruth. Mantle makes it all the way to 3rd. Garrick's in with an easy double. That's going to drive in 2 more runs. And the Yankees are up 9-1. Unbelievable by the Yankees right here. I was not expecting this offensive explosion out of this Yankees team. Bernie Williams up to the plate with Lou Gehrig on second. He's 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Swing and a miss. Williams goes down for a strikeout. Heathcliff Slocum not playing around. Let me know if the volume is still good, because I hear the game getting a little louder. I just want to make sure you guys can still hear me fine. Stepping in is Henrich. He's got no hits in 3 at-bats. Ball no strikes. He can peacefully first from the stretch. Swung on deep in the air to left field. Yastrzemski is digging hard. Buck drops in. Coming in to score is Garrett. Have a double. The Yankees are up 10-1. Is there a mercy rule here that we can call on? Because this is kind of getting ugly. I thought we were gonna have a pitchers. I did. Rockies fan forever. You are correct. I said I didn't want to have a pitchers duel. I was expecting we might, because we had Cy Young, the man who the award is named after, on the mound. I did not expect that the Yankees were going to do this. So we got Robbie Cano at second. He's 2 for 3 with a double and an RBI. 1-2 count. Cano swings at a bad pitch for strike 3. Next up, Greg Nettles with a man on and 2 outs. He's 2 for 3 of the day with an RBI. 1 on 2 out, as I said. Slipping in the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Towering fly ball down to left field line. Yastrzemski hustles over, settles under near the foul pole, and makes the catch. Inning is over. Yankees score 3 on 4 hits and add to their lead. It is now 10-1. Time is running on the Red Sox right here. So we got Yastrzemski leading off against Guidry. Guidry's up to 88 pitches. His stamina seems to be okay, so we'll see what happens here. Guidry serves up the 0-2. Yastrzemski swings, hard ground ball up the middle, and it gets into center field. Yaz now also has an 11-game hit streak to go with Wade Boggs' 11-game hit streak that he extended last inning. Coming up now, John Valentin, the runner on first. Valentin still hitless in 2 at-bats. Ball 4 from Louisiana Lightning. That's going to be the third walk of the game. So now they have runners on first and second with no outs. 97 pitches so far for Guidry. I would not be surprised if he's going to be getting yanked very, very soon. Fred Lynn's up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Hits a little trickler down the first base line. Guidry goes over to field it. Throws to second, and he's safe. Lynn hustles down the line. Yastrzemski advances to third base. Guidry made the play at second, but the throw to first was not in time to get him. D. Pitty coming up with runners on the corners. Hopefully, with 1 out, he can drive someone in. Still hitless. Swings, ground ball, straight up the middle. The shortstop Jeter has it. Quick toss to second for 1. On to first, and Pedroia is retired. And the rally is killed via the pitcher's best friend, the double play. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. We're not going to continue saying that. You don't hear my beautiful singing voice. It's all good. Going into the bottom of the 7th inning, Heathcliff Slocum still on the mound. Derek Jeter leading off for the Yankees. Still 2 for 4 on the game. I feel like he's going to get a hit. I think he's going to get a hit. He's got a double and an RBI. Off from Slocum, Jeter hits. 2 hopper to short. Valentin gloves it, sets, tosses over to first for the out. I was wrong. Now up is Bill Dickey. Hitless so far. Bases empty with 1 out. The wind up the pitch. Dickey with a swing. Bounces it with the pickup. Pedroia with the pickup. And he makes a routine play at first. 2 down. Sometimes it is very hard to read essentially as you're done. Not easy. Babe Ruth up. He's 3 for 4 with an RBI. Ruth waits on the 3-2. Here it is. Ball 4. He's going to be on base. You know what? You don't want to put Babe Ruth on base because he is literally going to steal on you, I feel like, every time right now. Mickey Mantle up. He's 2 for 4 with them. 1-1 count. Sloping the stretch. He delivers. Mantle swings. Soft fly ball to center. And it gets in for a single. Ruth moves over to second. On his way to third. Speaker with the throw, and he's going to be safe at third base. Wheels. Just straight wheels. So we got runners in the corner for Lou Gehrig, a.k.a. the Iron Horse. 3 for 4 in the game so far. The double and 3 RBIs. The 1-1 swung on slow tackle. Slocum picks it up, makes the throw over to Ortiz, and the Yankees are still up 10-1 after that inning. I really thought they were going to drive this guy Has there been a home run this game? I don't even think so. Unbelievable. 10 runs on no homers. Carlton Fisk up against Louisiana Lightning. 103 pitches so far. He's 0 for 2 so far. Guidry gets the full count. Swing, hit the short, and he's going to get the out 6-3. Now up Tris Speaker. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch swung on. Very high pop up in foul territory to the left side. Catcher Dickey locates it, and he's got it. 110 pitches for Guidry, up to 112 now. Wade Boggs coming up. This has got to be the last inning for Guidry. If they're going to leave him in with the unbelievable bullpen they have, I would be surprised. Boggs is 1 for 3. Guidry with the windup. Deals with the 0-2 pitch. Down. He goes on a fastball. That is the 7th strikeout, and Guidry retires the side. He's just cruising. You know what? I'm crazy. Leave Guidry in. He's just dominating these guys. Bernie Williams leads off the inning. He's going to face Tom Bergmeyer. Williams is 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. The count's 0-1. Bergmeyer gets the sign to wind up the pitch. Swung on, hard ground ball past the mound. Valentin dives and sneaks through. The fielder Valentin proved a defensive liability on that one. Sometimes I just look at the play-by-play. Tommy Henrich up with a runner on first. He's 1 for 4 with a double and 2 RBI. Bergmeyer throws the 1-2. The swing hit in the air, headed for the gap in left center. He strips, gives a chase, and he makes the catch. Red Sox have some outfield defense that is quite talented and can cover a lot of ground. Robbie Cano up 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI. Bergmeyer is going to give him the free pass. Now we have runners on first and second and 1 out for Greg Nettles. He's been 2 for 4 for this game. Bergmeyer gets the sign, the pitch. Nettles swings, grounder to first base side. Pedroia fields it, throws to second, but he's not going to be able to get to the play and get the run out at first. So the Yankees have runners at the corners, first and third, with Derek Jeter coming up with 2 outs. Jeter's hitting 091 with runners in the scoring position. Bergmeyer rocks and fires. Hard line drive to deep center field. Speaker sprints after it. It'll carry him off the wall. Williams comes around to score. Nettles goes to third. Is going home, and he's going to score. Derek Jeter gets the 2-out double, and they drive in. Oh my God, it's 12-1 right now. New York up over Boston. Bill Dickey comes to the plate with Jeter on second. He's hitting 100 with runners in scoring position. Apparently that does not matter. Dickey with the swing, a hard shot to the ground, past the mound, and sneaks through for a 2-out base hit. Jeter hustles into third base. He's coming around. He's going home. He's going to score. Dickey's going to get a single. 13-1 for the Yankees. Apparently, small sample size means nothing with the runners in scoring position. Coming in now for the Red Sox is Derek Lowe to face Babe Ruth. Let's see how this goes. I think Babe Ruth's going to finally put him out. He's your 4th in RBI. The stretch, the 2-2 swung on liner down the left field line. Jeff gains pursuit. The ball pops, drops in, and skips towards the corner. On to third goes Dickey. Ruth has a double on Unbelievable. The Red Sox just can't catch a break in this game. Second and third. 2 outs. Pinch hitting is Donnie Baseball. He's 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Low with the motion, brings it. Mattingly swings, ground ball, sharply hit, past the ground up the middle, played cleanly by the shortstop. Valentin, who throws him out at first. The inning is over. The Yankees get 3 more runs on 4 hits to go up 13-1. Unbelievable. Unbelievable offensive explosion by these Yankees. Joe DiMaggio is going to come into right field as a defensive replacement for Tommy Henrich. No, right field, center field. DiMaggio goes into center. Mantle comes out of the game. Teddy Ballgame comes up. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. The wind up the pitch, swung on, softly hit towards second. Cano scoops it up and throws him out at first. Time is running out for the Red Sox right here. David Ortiz up. He's still hitless. 1 out in the 9th. The wind up the pitch. Ortiz swings, hits on the ground towards short. Routine play for Jeter, who makes the throw at first. It's going to be out number 2. Ron Guidry, it looks like he's going to wrap this bad boy up. With Yaz at the plate, 1 for 2 with a walk the pitch. Strike 3 swinging, and that is the ball game, folks. New York blasts Boston 13-1. Unbelievable game in our first Out of the Park Developments stream. Oh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. let's look at some of these offensive numbers. Derek Jeter, 3 for 6. Babe Ruth, 4 for 5. Mickey Mantle, 3 for 5. Then gets pinch hit for. Gehrig goes 3 for 5. 2 for 4 for Bernie Williams. 2 for 4 for Robbie Cano. 3 for 5 for Nettles. Unbelievable. What do we have here? Guidry ends the game with 8 Ks. So yeah, this is the kind of stuff we're going to do here every week. We'll do some baseball talk in the front. Then we're going to do a game. I'll probably play next week rather than just sitting back and watching the game. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a great time. I think we have a newsletter coming out in the next day or two, I believe. So if you are not signed up, make sure you head over to ootpdevelopments.com. Sign up for the newsletter over there. That's also where you're going to get the first information about Out of the Park 17 when we're ready to release that. So make sure you're signed up there. That's going to be the first place you're going to hear anything before I stream, before we tweet it, before we put it on Facebook. It's going to be in that newsletter, so you're going to want to be signed up. What else? Make sure you're following this channel so you can get those notifications when we go live. Also, make sure you're following us on Twitter at OOTP Baseball. Tweeting out some great stuff over there. Also, we're on Facebook too, facebook.com/OOTP Baseball. I've been doing a lot of tweets about significant things that happened on these days in sports. So yeah, I hope you guys had a great time tonight. Coming up at the top of the hour is going to be Adam, the franchise hockey manager, community manager. Franchise hockey manager, community manager. He's going to be walking you through some stuff, and his stream's going to be great as well. So I hope you guys stick around for that. But that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to doing this a lot more often and talking to you guys on here, Twitter, Facebook, all those places. Take it easy, folks.